admit there's only been a couple of times in my life as a West Ham fan where I've genuinely been so excited about a West Ham team. You know, you look at them and think, we've got a good chance in every game. 98-99, we finished 5th. That was a brilliant year. And I mean, we was more better at home that season, but we still was grabbing results away as well. But ultimately, we were a very good home side. It was one of those seasons again where you just, every time we played a game, thought we got a good chance here. I've got a feeling we can get a result. And I had that again in 2020, 2021, the COVID season, you know, when we finished 6th. It was just such an exciting season. 3 points we were off 4th. 3 points. And I always look back and think that was such a good opportunity. But again, it was just one of those sides. It was just so much quality. We were just picking teams apart. It worked really well. And I just got this feeling again. I really do. Look, I'm not getting carried away after winning a Europa League game against a side from Serbia. No disrespect to them at all. We're finding out already across how other teams are doing faring in Europe, how difficult it is. Look at Aston Villa, you know, losing their first game in the Conference League, a competition we did last year and won, and did it without losing a game all the way through. So I'm not saying, you know, we can't say it's easy, but I'm not talking actually about that. I'm not talking about the result as such last night and who we were playing. It's the quality we possess. And I'm referring, as I say, to this video is regarding our strikers. 55 strikers West Ham have bought. 55 strikers, forwards, whatever, in the time of David Sullivan's reign as owner of this football club. I mean, some of the names, I was going through it earlier, just looking at some of it I can't remember, honestly, it's that bad. But, you know, you got Zaza, remember that, the excitement of bringing him in. Hernandez, you know, Chicharito, you know, again, I know some fans did like him at West Ham, but for me, he wasn't quite right. It didn't really fit, and I wasn't overly thrilled with him. Jordan Hugill, you know, dearie me. But and also recently, you know, Gianluca Scamacca, you got Hilaire, Danny Ings even. You know, these players we brought in just don't quite fit the system, and you just feel a bit let down, and we had to let them go, and etc. etc. We'll get back to the video in just a second, but I just wanted to let you know this video is actually sponsored by Circle, and specifically their game 5 Match Millions. I'm going to be honest with you, okay, that we're very picky about who we work with on the channel. For the West Ham Way, we are. And when they approached us to sponsor the channel, we said, well, okay, but I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll basically use your app for a couple of weeks just to make sure that we're happy with it. I've got to say, it's really good and very addictive, I'll warn you. Basically, the way it works is they pick 5 games for the weekend, Premier League football games, okay? And each game, you pick a number. You can do it either randomly, or you do a lucky dip, or you pick the numbers that you want. And the way it works is that it's numbers from 1 to 27, and basically the die will spin depending on what happens in the game. So if there's a throw-in, it moves 2 places to the left. If there's a yellow card, it goes 4 to the right. And basically, wherever it ends at the end of the game, it'll land on a number. And if you get that number, then you win. So basically, you can win up to £1 million if you get all 5, okay? And the first, so if you match 1, you get your money back plus a couple of quid extra, blah, 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 blah. And basically, I think even if you match 3 numbers, you get 75 quid. So it's very, very good. And yeah, and basically all it is £2 a week to play. Now, if you click on the link below and type in West Ham Way, next weekend's games, you get absolutely free and get to give it a go. So why not just give it a go? Got nothing to lose. I've got to say, it's really, really good. And as I say, I've won already twice. It might be beginner's luck. It might well be beginner's luck, but I'm definitely going to carry on playing. But yeah, so click the link below, West Ham Way. Good luck. But Mohamed Kudus, my word, I was watching him play and thought, at long last, we've got that forward, that's someone you could literally look at and go, he can step in for Antonio. If Antonio's not available and you've got Kudus up front, you wouldn't go, oh dear, that's a blow. He was exceptional. His ability is unbelievable. I was so impressed with him. I mean, I knew what we were getting in terms of when we signed him, you know, an exciting player, but when you actually see him play properly for West Ham and his vision, his movement, I mean, the way he's laying players off, I mean, it's almost like you could see that once the players as well understand him more and know where he's going to be going, you just think we have got a serious player on our hands here. And, you know, we've had to wait a little while. We've had to wait a while for this. It's been some time that we've had that sort of player available, because how long now have we been relying on Antonio? And don't get me wrong, Antonio was excellent as well. It still offers so much, this club. Did it in a recent video about him signing a deal. Thrilled about it. But now having another option available, and having that, you can see how we're playing now. We can utilise the links between Bowen, Antonio, and Kudus now. That kind of, they can mix it up a little bit. If Antonio's not available, Bowen can play in the middle with Kudus on the right, or vice versa. You just feel like there's a few options available for us now. And I'll tell you what, that's the bit that's got me really excited. I'm watching West Ham now, and I'm thinking this team can compete. And I know I don't get carried away. I don't want to be one of those embarrassing videos, but we've got to be enjoying. Let's enjoy our lives. I don't want to keep being negative and feeling that we can't be excited, because I think we should. There's so much to be excited about. And I was watching that team last night, and all right, look, we're not playing against the top sides of the Premier League, but we played really well. And considering that was a team that had a lot of players that were, second string players for us, that were playing very, very well. And it's just exciting. You look at this team now and think, this team are capable of a top 6 finish again. They really are. If we can carry on this form and carry on and avoid an injury crisis at all this season, we really, really can compete. We really can. And it's amazing what a win can do, isn't it? Because on the back of that defeat against Man City, you come away from it. Although it's Man City, no shame, of course, in losing to a side like that with that much quality and treble winners, etc., etc. But there's always that feeling. It just gives that little that seed of doubt, doesn't it? It makes you think, oh, Liverpool next. Not so sure now. A bit worried. And then you watch us play again last night, and you just think, oh, do you know what? I can't wait for Sunday. I really can't. And not to say that I'm going in cocky, thinking we're going to get a result. I mean, we'll do a preview, of course. It's going to be coming out tomorrow in a bit more detail. We also had our breakfast show doing a preview, but that's a little bit different, actually. If you haven't seen it yet, go and see our new show, the breakfast show, the J&H. It's fantastic, really good. But we'll do another preview, a little bit more detail in terms of what predictions and etc. and the lineups and team news. That'll be tomorrow. But I'm going into this game with a little bit more optimism now. I'm going into it with a bit of excitement. Like I say, that's what this side's given me. It's rare we get that at West Ham. And let's be honest, the vast majority of the games, being a West Ham fan, you go into, especially away from home, you think if we can just get something, get a point, that's not too bad. Let's get away from it. I'm going to most games now, I think we can get 3 points. And I actually feel that way about Liverpool. I know it sounds a bit cocky, and I don't mean it to come across cocky. It's just that buzz, that excitement. This team are capable. You look at this team with the quality we've got, you think we can cause teams problems. If on our day, we can beat anyone. I still stand by my point. I've got a bit of criticism for it against the Man City, for the Man City comments in regards to I felt that we could have won that game. I stand by that. I do think we could have won that game. Yeah, it's a really exciting time to be a West Ham fan. And Kudus, my word, what a player. Quick, skillful, got eye for goal as well. I love the fact do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me a little bit of Jermaine Defoe with that vision for the goal. When you watch the game last night, I wasn't at the ground, so I was watching it on TV. So obviously I could see the highlights and things like that. And he had a few block shots. He had about sort of 3 or 4 block shots from outside the edge of the box. And every single one was on target. I remember watching it thinking that was going in. Or I'll tell you what, if it weren't going in, the keeper had to have made a very good save to keep it out. And you just think, wow, this is what we want. Someone that's got that ability. And you can see he's just a natural finisher and so exciting to watch. And at last, someone that fits the system. When he was watching it on the TV last night, Joe Cole made some interesting comments. And, you could see he was buzzing about it, much like I am now. I'm sure loads of West Ham fans are. I mean, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. It's great, isn't it, to have something really exciting to talk about. But Joe Cole said, like, you look at West Ham now, there's just goals everywhere in the side. You can just see it. Like, they've got so much quality. And I'm thinking, he's right. He's dead right. Like, you watch West Ham now, you look at this side and you think, West Ham are capable. This is a side that's capable of doing very well. Not a side that's winging it. You know what I mean? It's not like one of these seasons where you're thinking, yeah, we're doing all right, but we're going to get found out sooner enough. You think, no, this side's good. Very, very good. Mavropanos as well, by the way. I mean, I've got to mention him. We'll talk about him again in another video, but I have to drop him in this video. He was outstanding. I'm so impressed with him. My word. I'm thrilled. Absolutely thrilled, as you can tell. Mohamed Kudus is really exciting me as a player. I really think we've got an something we've been craving. The player we've all been craving is here, has arrived. And his words after the game, I don't know if you've seen it yet, but he said about West Ham being his family, feels at home already, loves being here. I mean, that is exactly what you want to hear. When you've just seen a performance like that, a player that clearly is already happy, seems settled. Yeah, and that's the thing as well. He looks settled. He looks like he's happy, enjoying his football. He's been here 5 minutes, but that was the first time now we got a proper sight of the signing we've brought in, and oh my word, what a player! And then to add to the other players, James Ward-Prowse, who's been amazing. Got Jared Bowen, who's playing so well. Of course, he was absent last night of illness, but looks like he could be back for Liverpool. I appreciate, sorry, I'm bouncing all over the place here, but this is what you get when you get a bit of excitement. You don't have to sort of. I just feel like I can just talk about West Ham. This video will go for 4 hours if I could. Honestly, I'll have to obviously stop at some point. But yeah, really, really buzzing. I'm excited, as you can probably tell. Really excited about this season, and it looks like at long last, West Ham have the forward that we've been craving for.